Hello, community. I hope this video finds you well. For today's topic, I'd like to talk about burnout um, and resiliency. Um, I think that after the pandemic and just from pure life, what I've been seeing is that a lot of people are burnt out. We are burnt out. And so, how do we resolve this? How do we dissolve this? Sometimes when I meet up with clients, they're just so inwardly exhausted that they just don't care anymore. They have lost the lust for life, and they just don't know how to get it back. So, the approach to this obviously is a process, but one of the easiest ways that you can start on the journey back into um, having passion again for life um, is to go what I call going in through the collapse. See, humans rise up through the collapse, and the creation center of all things, all life, is born in the darkness. And we are often afraid to go into our darkness. And that's a cultural thing. Or sometimes we think that once we go into the darkness, we're never going to get back. But that is simply not true. Or if we really allow ourselves to go inward, we're just afraid of what we might find. Or we're afraid that we may feel like we have to make huge life changes that just seem unbearable. And again, this is a trick that the mind is playing on us to keep us from truly feeling our feelings. Simply going inside and sensing the exhaustion and sensing the grief that a lot of us are experiencing. The grief from just like life is not what it used to be. Or as we age, there's the grief of losing our youth. Anytime anything changes, the death of a parent, the death of any loved one, there is grief. Simply just, like I said, feeling not youthful anymore. Or as we start approaching our towards the end of life, our 60s or our 70s, or whatever we perceive as approaching middle age and there beyond, we sometimes feel like life is over and there's grief there. And so, or we realize that we're in a marriage that maybe is not feeling the flame anymore. And to think about ending it just doesn't seem possible for whatever reason. But oftentimes, these are just signs that there's a detachment going on towards the inside. So a very simple technique. Lay on your back, put your legs over the chair or over the couch, something to get the weight of the legs off of the pelvis so that the spine can fully rest. And you find a very comfortable environment. You can put a blanket over yourself, a blanket under yourself. If you have neck issues, I would suggest something a little bit under your head. Warm clothing, a safe environment. And when you lie down, it's different than trying to meditate. This is a meditation, but it's going in through the body. When we are sensing the vibrations in the body, we are not thinking. We are using the back brain. We're not using the frontal lobe. And oftentimes in the beginning, we cannot get out of the frontal lobe, and that's fine. It's part of the process. But if you have the patience, and if you value the quality of your life and the quality of your nervous system and the quality of each and every day, and you want to get back to the loving, we simply have to tend to ourselves and own that we are the keepers of our own soul. We are the keepers of our own soma, our own mind, body, and nervous system. So as you lay down in this comfortable position, you can even just set a timer for yourself. 20 minutes, I always say, is a great time. Set a timer, let your eyes soften, and then follow the inward sensations that are going on in your body. You may not feel anything but a dense buzz in the very beginning. And again, that will change. The longer we stay, the more opportunity we are giving our body and mind a chance to land into the present moment. And we just allow ourselves to rest. And if you do this practice a couple of times a week, you will see over time, vitality of the spirit will come back. You may go through uncomfortable emotions, but don't let the mind get caught up in the story. Keep checking yourself as you're tracking your sensations. Because the mind, it loves to be entertained with a big story and a lot of drama. But we're leaving the present moment when we're in the story. We're either in the past or we're in the future. And that's normal. This is part of the training. But just keep bringing it back gently. It doesn't mean you can't do it if you keep checking yourself and you're wrapped up in the story. Don't let the mind sell you that. Everyone can do this as long as we have the desire and the patience to give ourselves, to tend towards ourselves, so that we can return to resiliency again, and we can start owning our life and having a happy experience. So I hope this is helpful. Love to hear your feedback. Please feel free, visit the website. I do a lot of restorative yoga class. I do a restorative yoga class once a month, but I have a lot of other restorative practices, and would love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much. So the website, www.susancoleman.com. Thanks so much. Bye.